There we go. So we are starting the vision board 2020 vision. Who has 2020 vision in 2020? I just love, I couldn't resist doing a workshop and calling it 2020 vision. So I'd like to start with what vision boards are, and then have you introduce yourselves. I think we can go on and off being live on Facebook, so even if you don't want to share your introduction with voice only, that's fine too. Those of you that have done a little bit of vision boarding in the past, do you want to mention what it means to you, or what a vision board is? Like, I can share my version, but I think that everybody's version might be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm Molly. I'm ready doing introductions or just vision boarding?
No, just vision boarding, and then we'll do introductions, because I have a piece of the introduction which is kind of like what you want to
manifest.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. I did the vision boarding 2 years ago with Nancy, and I find it just like collaging. I find it to be just very cathartic, and I like the flexibility of, I think, like picking out your different visions, and they could be in like one arena of life or kind of more of a general arena. And what I really like about collaging and making intentional art, and in this case sort of at random with whatever resonates with you as you go, it's like meditative, and then when you look at it and share it with the people around you, I think it gives an opportunity to dialogue with the art and think about it in a way that like speaks back to you, so you would be engaging in a deeper conversation with your intentions than you normally would, than you might normally do if you're just vision boarding by yourself. So I like to do it in the group situation, and sharing, it creates a dialogue, and I think it helps understand more like action steps and why, and I mean, you start to see your intentions in a new light, so that's cool to me.
I'm Nikki. Actually, I'm glad that you said, like, I've never done vision boarding in a group setting, so I've always done it like in a private setting. So it's just, and I think I didn't know what vision boarding truly was when I was younger. It was like, this is a really neat magazine, and I would open it up, rip out some pictures or some words that seemed inspirational, and just kind of work through it and just kind of like, this looks neat, and then just kind of took some computer paper, connected it together, and then came together with this. For me, it seemed really inspirational, and I didn't really know what it was at the time. As I think it was like middle school I started doing that, and so like middle school and high school, and just like, this is neat, and just put it up on the wall, and just would ask, can I put this on the wall? And I was like, go for it, have fun with it. And so I think I just didn't know what that was when I was younger, but it was things that people I either looked up to, or I remember putting there's this one scene of birch trees, and I was like, they're just so beautiful. It was birch trees and then yellow flowers that just kind of went through, and so I've always felt connected with nature. So anytime you can kind of put those visions in there. So I'm actually really curious how the group piece will come together. Be like, ooh, that's got direction. Be like, ooh, that's something that direction's a good thing. Yeah.
Any other thoughts about it? So I wanted to share a vision board that I did myself, 2014, I think. It was the year that a program that I worked for in the hospital closed. And I'd worked there for 13 years and was trying to decide what my next steps were and whether I wanted to come into private practice or just what was important to me. And obviously, like, would you hold up one of those pieces of paper or send it over this way? You know, this is the size we're working on today. It's like half of a sheet of poster board. I was really going for like, whoa. And I look back on this and I think, wow, how busy my mind was. Like vision boards in years since have gotten quieter and so, but this year I wanted to make waves. You know, it was a restart of my life and year, and I did put some destinations, and I wanted to be together with smart women. I hadn't yet published my book. I published it in 2016, so I said publish your own final edit, which I said there's a story about everything. With my book in 2016, I was working with a virtual assistant to self-publish this book. Achieve the Summit of Your Dreams is the title. And I looked back on my computer when she sent me for the 4th time final edits on the email subject line. And I looked on my computer and I had edits on the book. 2008 was the file. So I'd been editing my book for 8 years. And that year I chose a motto for my year, which was done is better than perfect. And so every year now I'm vision boarding, but I'm also having a motto for the year. And some of you have received from me this year a booklet called The Year Compass. And if you haven't received it from me and you're interested, just let me know. It's a group of coaches, international coaches, that give this out for free. ayearcompass.com, and it's just wonderful. Like, it just kind of drills it down to look back as well as looking forward. Vision boards are in general all forward projection and mostly positive projection. What do you want in your life? How do you want to bring that about? I have seen true manifestation from vision boards, from my own, and one year, I don't know how many years ago it was, my sister did a vision board while she was looking for a house, and she went and looked at several houses and had a bid on a different house, but the house that she got, when she looked back at the vision board, was so like the vision board. And I, 2 years ago, put a real emphasis on travel, not just destinations, but specific places I wanted to go. And I had a former client call me up and ask if I would do coaching with him in exchange for travel vouchers. I was like, yes! You know, like, that's a no-brainer. So, you know, it's everything from the silver sneakers up in, I want to be fit and I want to have fun doing things that help me to be fit but aren't like working out at a gym if it's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, and color is very important to me. I was in awe of one of the women, I won't use her name, but that in our vision board workshop a couple of years ago, she did this vision board with a path going through mountains. So she cut out all different colors to create a mountain path. And I'd never thought of something like that before. With a mentor of mine, when I did a radio show, an internet radio show called You Can Do, our mentor from the whole, it was aired with Women of Power Radio, and she suggested that we really focus on what is in the center, what our achievement, what we were looking to achieve as the center of the vision board. And actually what she did was have us do this vision board exercise, and then she said, in review, what's in the center? And that was like, oh, and what are the cornerstones? So I'm going to do a little bit of leading meditation with you that way today and just see what comes. It's not a, you have to do it this way at all. It's just an invitation. So did that stir any more questions?
I was
yes.
just wondering about the, you can get there from here, the blue and yellow, and I was wondering, I know that you matched that, didn't you? I was wondering if it was from the same, I was wondering if it was from the same page or you had an intention behind the color there as you were talking about color. It looked like you matched those colors together.
Yeah.
Yellow.
No, and I do have, I'm very intentional about color, especially chakra healing with the colors of the chakras. I don't know how many of you are aware that, I know Molly is, and you probably are, with every chakra, the complementary color on the color wheel is healing to that chakra. So it would be really orange and blue, yellow and purple. So,
Cool.
yeah. I love looking back at this. I'm reading like, who says you have to be sweetness and light? I was a little rambunctious right then, you know, like making waves, and who says you have to be sweetness and nude and improved.
I was looking at that. I was like, oh dear.
Yeah, I like that
Visible, professional, new and improved, works less.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fun to look back. It's that reminds me of another thing about vision boards is it's a really great tool to not only create one, but then put it in a prominent place and visit it regularly.
It's in the trunk of my car right now. When I moved, I had it on my wall, and then I put it into my car, and now when I go back there, I look at it from 2 years ago. I'm gonna transport it in today, now that I'm thinking about it.
Any other questions that came up from that? All right. When I'm thinking in terms of introductions, what brought you to today, and is there something significant that you'd really like to walk away either understanding or having, right, or have created? So why don't we turn that off for a while and we'll come back.